Hello, everybody. I'm Josh. I'm on the enterprise team here at Wix. And by now, you've heard a lot about Wix Studio. Right? It's our new web creation platform built for agencies and freelancers, and it offers you lots of layers for creating and managing multiple projects. And while Studio was built to empower you, the agencies, we also have a product which is built to empower your biggest clients. And that's our enterprise solution. You can think about our enterprise solution as sort of an extension of Studio, right? It gives your clients a way to better manage the sites that you create for them, and it helps them work at a larger scale, which is what we're here to talk about today. To help me do that, I'm joined by two leaders from the enterprise team here at Wix. I've got Roy Raphael, the head of marketing, and Shimon Kaufman, who's our head of product. Say hello, guys. They're
Hey.
They're going to walk you through some of the features and benefits of our enterprise product. Shimon's going to give a demo with a peek behind what the back end looks like. They're going to talk through some use cases and a couple of other things. I have a couple of housekeeping notes just before we start. We're going to do questions and comments slightly differently. If you have questions, please use the Q&A box at the bottom of the screen. We've been using the chat so far to say hello, but if you have questions, submit them through the Q&A box. We have some of our team standing by to answer questions during the webinar, and Roy and Shimon will take a few questions at the end also. If you have comments that you want to leave, we'll use the chat for that. If you want to say how great Shimon's hair is looking, or if something is really exciting to you that they're talking about, feel free to let us know in the chat box. Sorry, make sure I didn't miss anything. We're recording. The webinar is being recorded. It will be available for you on the the Wix Studio YouTube channel afterwards, as well as the Studio Academy. There you can find all of the other Studio webinars that we've done so far. And after they get presented, there's still some more to come. Those will be there as well. If you haven't done so already, we also encourage you to join the Wix Studio forum. There's a lot of lively discussion happening over there amongst our partners. We have product managers and UX folks who are actively engaging and answering questions. So we'll put both of those links for the Academy and the forum in the chat at the end of the webinar, and we encourage you to go check those out. I think that's it. That's it for me. We're going to start the main event. Roy, all yours.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Josh. I'm very excited to be here with you today. All right, so I'll touch a bit on what we're going to cover. And as Josh mentioned, we're very eager to get your questions and to answer anything we haven't touched at the end. So we're going to touch a bit on what we're hearing from large-scale businesses, what we've been hearing in the last year or so from a few hundred businesses that we've been speaking to. We're going to touch on the solutions that we offer to larger-scale businesses and what you can offer your clients. We're going to touch on some use cases that might be relevant for clients that you work with, how Wix Studio come together with Enterprise. I'll pass over to Shimon to take us through a demo and show you how the product actually looks like. We're going to touch on some success stories, again, to make it a bit more tangible. And at the end, we're going to touch on how this opportunity impacts you and your business.
Roy, sorry, before you start, if there was one thing that I neglected to tell everybody. If you're using your chat, please set your settings to everyone and not just hosts and panelists, so we can so everybody can see the comments. Apologies.
Important note. Thanks, Josh.
Sure.
All right, so let's touch on what we've been hearing. And there's two themes that we've been hearing kind of repeating themselves in many of the conversations that we've been having with enterprises and larger businesses. And one of them is about the speed of movement and the resources that they need to get things done. So this is one quote. We've been hearing this in many different formats of businesses not managing to move online at the speed that they want to, be it because of development resources, design resources, and that's a big challenge. And the second one is as they get to scale, it's hard to keep their brand intact, and it's hard to keep alignment across their various online assets, be it with if they're working with an agency partner, be it if they're working internally on some assets, and then things get a bit all over the place, or things start moving very, very slowly. And so this is where enterprise solutions come into play. Basically, we've built them from hearing what our customers are looking for and talking to yourselves, many of the agencies and our agency partners, and hearing what larger businesses need. And we have some great brands that are already with us, and you're seeing some of the logos of those brands here, leveraging our enterprise solutions. So we're really excited to share with you what those are, and for you to kind of see which of your clients these can be relevant for. So a bit on what we offer, right? So what we offer is, on one hand, a comprehensive site management tool. So a way to manage multiple sites from one place, and a few things that entails, which we'll touch on. A fully branded toolkit, how you help these brands stay on brand, stay within the brand guidelines, and still be able to move at the speed that they're looking to move. White glove services, all the services that the businesses you work with on a larger scale come to expect. Enhanced security, so all those security checkboxes, the IT checkboxes that larger scale businesses need, and some advanced infrastructure offering that we have for larger scale businesses. So I'll dive in a bit on each of these. So when we're talking about managing sites at scale, on one hand, Shimon here is going to take you through a dashboard that we've created specifically for larger scale clients, for them to manage multiple sites within the organization. So they can see all the sites in one place, manage them with very high efficiency, access custom content that you might have created for them, and share them across all those sites. They have account level libraries that they can share across multiple sites. They can have templates that they're sharing across sites. So if you created a template for them and they want to share it across sites within the company, apps that they can share, leverage content blocks, various capabilities to manage sites in an efficient way. And then account level analytics. So you're familiar with analytics on a site level, and here we bring it to an account level where you can, on one hand, manage them across sites, and on another, also manage them on different distributions. So for example, all the sites that client has in Spain, or all sites from a specific breakdown, they can see a very granular or up-level, kind of up-high view on their site performance, which we've heard from many customers that they need that on a larger scale, and they can make use of it. Then plug-and-play integrations. So allow these larger clients to use the tools that they need, and they use the tools that they're leveraging now in their organization. So for example, a connection to an integration with HubSpot, integration with Salesforce. So all those tools that the organization is already working with, and they can seamlessly connect to their Wix environment. And domain routing. So connecting domains to their main root domain without impacting their SEO value. Sorry. So this is either if they want to use Wix, for example, on part of their site, or if they want to gradually roll out a project that you're working on to certain landing pages, and then potentially to additional landing pages and to the root domain and the homepage, so they can control how they're rolling that out, or again, to use Wix on a certain section of the site. So that's on managing sites within the dashboard, and then keeping that brand across all those sites. So creating templates that either you create for the brand, or they can edit them later and have those templates in a way that they can reuse with a custom creation funnel. So meaning if that company is now creating a new site, they can use a dedicated funnel that the organization can decide only specific templates can be used to make sure that they keep on brand. And in those templates, you can have specific sections that you can control either by blocks, or whichever way you can decide to manage all those templates and all those assets. So really it can help the organization create sites quickly, be it for a new franchise, for example, or be it new landing pages that they want to create on brand quickly with repeating elements, and keep them again consistent. From a support perspective, so a wide offering here, aside from potentially working with yourselves on the capacity that you decide fits your client needs. You also get a dedicated customer success manager to work alongside you and connect in whichever way you find works best. WhatsApp, Slack, whichever way works best for yourselves and for the client. 24/7 priority support, hands-on training where needed, product consultation from the relevant teams within Wix, project review and guidance for larger product projects to see you through the implementation, to see you through all the stages, and tailored solutions wherever and whenever relevant. And finally, all the security requirements. So either SSO if needed, SSO for members, audit logs, IP allow listing, data locality for EU regulations, and other necessities from specific clients, and 99.99 uptime SLA. So really cover all the security baselines that larger scale businesses and enterprises require. Now I'll pass on to Shimo to touch on a few of the use cases that we've been seeing.
Yeah, thanks, Ray. I'm also very excited to be here and to talk a little bit more deeper into the product, show you a demo. But when we talk really about the use cases, and those are a few of them, but quite important ones. So one of the main use cases that we've seen is how the product can enable large team build landing pages at scale. Whether you have one team within a large organization or several teams that simply want to ship and deliver new landing pages while having some kind of a template, while having some kind of an application inside, and still be within the governance of the corporate. So one of the things that we enable is that a platform that will allow those teams to deliver landing pages at scale. E-commerce is an additional one. We managed to work with some large brands and deliver quite complex enterprise commerce solution. There is a lot of complexity within the design side of things, and I think Studio will come really to support those needs. But still, behind all of that, there's a lot of security, privacy, and data locality needs that the enterprise platform can support. Roy mentioned the multi-site deployments, and that's why we have the distributed site network. We've seen a lot of use cases around franchisees, kind of multi-site networks, and our platform is really geared towards allowing a rapid creation of those multi-site, because we have custom templates, we have custom apps, and we have analytics to allow the management of those many sites within one account. Internal sites is definitely something that we've seen growing, where you have corporations like insurance companies, banks that want to build internal sites either for managing events for employees or other use cases. And there as well, you'll see a lot of teams building sites, but then security and governance is really important for those teams, as well as SSO coming from the IT and offices. Therefore, here's a platform to support all those needs simply out of the box, including SSO for members that until now you had to build Velo to support us with different protocols. And from now on, it's simply part of the product. Headless solution, something that is quite new at Wix, allowing companies to build custom solution on the front end, but still connecting it to our backend, our catalog, our events backend, or bookings backend, and allowing some kind of creativity, additional creativity in the front end. And membership sites is kind of an extension of our internal site, especially when we talk about members SSO for either partners, employees, and sometimes just users. Yeah.
Amazing. So really what we're looking to showcase to you today is how Studio manages to empower you and your agency to create amazing sites for your clients and manage multiple client accounts from a single interface. And our enterprise solutions are really designed to empower your biggest clients. And so as Josh said in the beginning, you can think of Enterprise as an extension of Studio, enabling to cater to any size business, and giving your clients an efficient and scalable way to manage the sites that you make for them. And so I'll pass it back to Shimon to take you through a demo of the product.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, very excited to show you some of the things that we've built. So here's one of our demo environments of an enterprise dashboard. This is the home screen of it. The first box that you see on the left side is sites, okay? So this is the place where you can see all the sites that are being developed or launched. Then there's another cube that shows the custom templates that are just sites that operate as templates. Custom apps, you can put their blocks or just internal apps that are only relevant within the organization and are not exposed in the dev center to other companies, only to this specific company. Team management, very similar to what we have at the moment in Studio. Plan status. This is a very important component for enterprise customers, so they will be able to see how many enterprise plans they activated and how many they've purchased. And we will very soon go over one of the key features that we've enabled for enterprise customers, and it is the billing management, like using a single billing management without the need to enter coupons, without the need to enter credit cards, and all the information and all the billing activities being done using bank transfer, and there is a visibility of that information here in the dashboard. But I would like actually to start with some of our security features. And the first thing is around SSO, which is only exposed to enterprise customers, allowing them to connect to their IDP, identity platform. At the moment, we support OpenID Connect, which is the more modern protocol for those customers here. Enterprise customers can configure both users SSO as well as members SSO. Then users SSO can simply log into that platform without creating a specific password for them. It's being created automatically using the SSO platform. Scheme is an additional feature that we have, which allow Active Directory customers to simply manage groups, okay? And this is very important for enterprise customers, so that when an employee leaves the company, he also will be leaving the Wix account, so they don't manage some kind of a ghost account. So this is a very important feature for enterprise customers. An IP allow listing is a relatively new feature, allowing customers to create IP rules, which means that a specific site can be only accessed from a specific IP or ranges of IP, as you can see here. And we can define here very quickly a specific IP. Sorry, I did not use. Specific website for an office, and then when we create that that rule, we will connect it to that specific website that we want to put behind this IP rule. And once this is created, when we will try to simply go to that URL, we will see access denied error. And that means that no one without this specific IP can access this URL. Activity log, which is another feature around audit, around regulation, around security, but also a very informative feature for especially larger accounts. This is a place where administrators will be able to see all the activity that is being happened within the account. And we now can save that for around 1 year. It's very, very effective and useful for companies in insurance and finance that are running audit, and to see who created a new site, who published a new site, who activated a plan, who deleted the site. All that information across all the sites within the account will be exposed in this activity log. There is an option to create views. There is an option to filter. by user, by category, by time. So it's quite an advanced feature that we currently have. Another new, relatively new thing actually will go live today. I see that there are no collections here. Let's see if we have in a different account and some of the collections. Good. So this is actually an account level database. So an account level database, again, allows managing data across all the account. So instead of duplicating your database from one site to another, here is an account level database where you can also create folders. And for example, to assign a certain collection to a specific site. For example, this specific collection is being shared with specific sites, as you can see here. And you can also define which items are shared and which items are not shared. So this is a massive, massive improvement and also replacement for some of the deployments of external databases. So this is kind of allow you not to install MySQL database externally and simply use the Wix account level database. Here, I think that we'll also look at the analytics. As we mentioned before, the place to see analytics across all the accounts and also with a deep link into the more advanced analytics views per site. Okay. There's an option here to also export all that information to CSV and to define additional columns that are relevant to view for this specific account. And you can see that we have here traffic information. It's focused at the moment on traffic information as well as business information, whether there is e-commerce or other business verticals installed. So we'll be able to see, for example, total sales, total transaction, total revenue across all the account, and then slice and dice based on the customer needs. Going back to this other environment, there is a kind of leading theme around account level capability. This notion is something that became very evident as a major move towards the enterprise. As we've talked with at least 1,000 potential customers, we've identified that the big driver for them to think about an enterprise is to think on the account level. And therefore, many things that we are doing is to simplify and increase the speed of working with website and creating online presence very, very fast. And this is why we have account level media, where you can push all the media that you want on the account level and then decide from the website which media that you want to use. Again, it eliminates the need to duplicate and copy all that media from a site to site to site. You have it all in one place. It's a media database on the account level. Custom apps and custom templates, I think that it's a concept that you're already familiar with. It's also something that you have in Studio. It's a little bit like the root cause of developing it is a little bit different, or the use case is a little bit different for Studio compared to Enterprise. For Enterprise, it's mainly about controlling the flow and controlling the experience and controlling the design and consistency. While in Studio, many times it would be to reuse and to move faster with templates that you can use across different customers. Here, it's about using the templates for creating a custom funnel. So, for example, every new website that will be created from a template, every new website that will be created on a specific company, let's say Clarins, will always apply that consistent design that was created within the template. So when we go to the site list and we would like to create a new website, and there is more than 0 templates defined, we will see here custom templates. And when we'll go to the custom templates, we'll define its name, and then we will be forced to choose one of the custom templates that the organization decided that is relevant. And when we click on edit, a new website will be created in the background. We'll send customers to either the editor or to the studio, depends on their preference. And then they can continue and enhance and optimize and tweak that specific website with some changes that are relevant for their needs. Good. So we mentioned before that the ability or the difference between working with one website with coupons or credit cards versus allowing it for the enterprise or enabling it for the enterprise. And one of the things that are different here is when we click on a specific site and we already have plans that are ready, we can, with the click of a button, allowing the enterprise customer to activate a plan in a one click, because all the plans were already purchased by the enterprise. In this specific demo case, 100 plans were already purchased. Let's see if that will work. And when we click on activate plan, we just quickly go back to the screen and see if this plan was activated. Maybe we cannot see it because it's demo. Yeah, it was activated. Okay, so now this is activated, and if we'll go to the home, we'll probably see that one plan was activated out of the 100, and there are additional 99 plans to be activated within the enterprise. And this is a very, very short path from starting to build a website, will activating it and taking it live. That is very, very quick and easy. So in general, the things that we've seen here is a platform to manage either multiple sites in one place, allowing rapid and bulk actions on those sites, enhancing security by leveraging capabilities around SSO, single sign-on, both for users and members, allowing administrator to go over the logs, everything that is happening within the account in a certain time period, allowing to manage database in one place across all the websites within the account, and allowing the analysis of all the activity and the business performance within the enterprise account. Thank you very much.
Amazing. I'll just bring this back. Hopefully, Shimon, bring this back. Yeah. There we go. Thanks, Shimon. So one thing that's important to emphasize is we're really seeing customers and partners working with clients from various sizes. So it might be companies with 10 employees to the thousands of employees. And it really depends on the needs and what they need from the product, as Shimon kind of took you through, and what they need to make use of. Now, I want to touch on 3 examples of companies that are leveraging our enterprise solutions and what they've been doing with them. So one of these is Glassdoor. Glassdoor, to those not familiar, it's an American company. It helps current and former employees review companies, and it helps people find jobs as well. So they have around 55 million visitors to their main site. And what they look to do is to create an internal hub, so password protected internal hub that would be the home for around 100 agency partners that they have. And their challenge was that to make any change to the hub that they currently had was just a nightmare. Their marketing team was super frustrated, and they made the switch to Wix. And with the enterprise solution, managing their hub and making the changes became much, much simpler. They were able to get the security and access control that they required. Their partner adoption, page views, all went significantly higher as the content became updated more regularly, and as the team inside Glassdoor as well was able to update and use the site more frequently. So that's an example of an internal site. If you would like to hear more about this or the next two user case studies that I'm going through, we'll be happy to share them, and we'll touch at the end on how to get in touch with us. Another example is Vivo. So Vivo, again, to those not familiar, it's a video hosting service with millions of video views per month. And this is a project that was done by Act One Media Design Studio, and they rebuilt the Vivo site leveraging our enterprise solution. And so they built the entire site on Wix, and again, making use of our enterprise features, making use of our customer success manager, working closely with Act One Media Design Studio and with Jacob, and allowing them to make the most out of the Wix platform. And then finally, eToro. So eToro is a social trading platform, and it focuses on financial services. It has just around 2,000 employees. And what eToro was looking to do is to create multiple landing pages for their top investors. So their top investors would have their own identity, their own pages on one end, but on the other, eToro wanted to be able to manage them, to control all their sites, to have visibility into the sites, to manage the brand of the sites. And so it was a perfect use case for multiple landing pages and leveraging all of the features that Shimon just took you through. And so they're another customer of our enterprise solutions. And as a final point here, and to tie things together, it's the rev share program that we have for our enterprise solution. So we're kind of very excited about this offering, and the rev share is now for any deals that are closed in 2023 and 2024. There's a 50% rev share, so we kind of split the revenue down the middle with the partner that has brought in that relevant lead and that customer. And I think most important is really kind of any client or any kind of thought that you have about a potential client that you want to reach out to us, any additional questions that you have about the enterprise solution and is not answered today, potentially about how Studio works together with enterprise, then reach out to us. You can do that through your partner success manager or on the Studio landing page. Go to enterprise through the header, and you'll see a form there. Send us a form, and we'll get in touch with you and answer any questions you need.
All right. Thanks, guys. That was great. We had one question come in the chat that I just wanted to echo for Roy. That's Cynthia. Anybody who's also looking to learn more about enterprise in general, right? Not just if you have a client, but Cynthia was asking for a fire hose approach to learning about enterprise. The path that Roy just said is the same, right? Go to either through your partner success manager or through the Studio homepage. There's for enterprise, there's a form at the bottom. You can reach out to us through that, and someone from our team will be in touch. Great. We have a bunch of questions in the Q&A. We had some that were submitted in advance, so we're going to hit on some of those. Shimon, this first one is for you. We got a version of it over email, and Ryan today also asked about it. Said, it looks like you can manage multiple sites in both the Studio workspace and the enterprise dashboard. Can you please explain the difference? And Ryan's sort of follow on that was asking if on the enterprise dashboard, he could segment some of his client sites so there wasn't visibility between clients. So just touch on that if you would when you answer. Thanks.
Yeah, of course. So it's designed to answer two different intents or two different needs. So the studio is the creation platform. As an editor, you can use it within the enterprise dashboard as well to create the website itself. But when we talk about the management platform, which is the studio workspace, this is the place where you manage sites for different customers. And this is the place where you have all the relationship with your customers. While the enterprise dashboard was meant to be installed and managed by the enterprise customer itself. So all the websites within that platform is the website only of that customer itself. The SSO is connected to their IDP. The apps are only relevant for this specific customer. So yes, you can manage many websites on the enterprise dashboard as well in the studio, but one is for the enterprise customer itself, and the other one is for various customers. And therefore, there are additional features that are a little bit different. Also, when we talk about templates and apps, the feature themselves, the infrastructure is similar, but the need and intent is different. So I hope it answered the question.
Great, thank you. The next question says, this all looks great, but if we have clients whose sites aren't currently on Wix, can they take advantage of the enterprise solutions also? So Shimon, maybe you can touch back on the routing and how it's not an all or one proposition.
So if we are talking about using the Wix routing product and the enterprise dashboard to connect to sites that are not on Wix, the answer is no. The routing product was designed to serve sites that are on Wix, but are mapped to the customer domain. So if we talk about nike.com/landing page, and there's an additional landing page or site that is on Wix, the routing product allows creating that specific URL to be mapped to that Wix website. So we cannot serve websites that are not on Wix on the routing product. However, there is an option to do a specific redirect. So if there is a path and there is a need to redirect to an external site, this is an option, but it won't be served as part of the enterprise platform.
Can I just elaborate on that? I think like for the example that Roy said for Glassdoor, right? Glassdoor's main site is not built on Wix, but they built their portal for their partners using Wix Enterprise, and for the user, it's a seamless experience, right? So if you have clients that have their websites on some other platform, but you want to start using Wix Enterprise for campaigns or their franchise sites, we can make it look seamless through the routing. Is that accurate, Shimon? Am I saying it right?
Yeah, that's definitely accurate. When the main domain or the base is not a Wix infrastructure, but the site that you want to route to is the Wix site, then the routing product will actually work. But not the other way around, where the base is on Wix or not on Wix, and the path is going to a non-Wix site, that will not work. I hope it was clear. It's a little bit technical. We can discuss this deeply.
Oh, that was good. That was good. Thanks. All right, we have a couple of questions from the chat here as well, from the Q&A section. It says, can you please provide a brief overview on pricing for enterprise? Roy,
Yeah.
maybe you want
Yeah, happy to take that. So when it comes to pricing, it's really bespoke package depending on the client. So where most pricing would start from around $10,000 a year, we also have specific packages for growth companies, for NGOs. So I'd say generally it's starting from $10,000 a year. It depends on the use case. It depends on the company. And usually what we would do is work specifically with you on the use case. And then we can help share more details on how the price is calculated and what the specific situation is for that client.
Great. Thank you. The next one, do we need to pay for an enterprise plan from day one before building the site in order to have access to these features?
I can take that. So there are two use cases. One is something that we hear more. So when building the website, you can definitely use Wix Studio to build the website, work with the customer once the website is ready on the design part. And once it's ready, the customer will actually create the enterprise account and then the enterprise dashboard, and then you'll be able to transfer the studio side into the dashboard to allow the enterprise customer to manage it. So this is the majority of the use cases that we support. If there is a specific use case where the customer would ask the partner to also manage the enterprise dashboard for them, then we'll need to think together what is the best way to do it. But still, the customer will need to provide their email and create the enterprise dashboard. Once the enterprise dashboard is created, usually, yes, the contract starts with them then. And then you can still either use the Wix Studio to build the website and transfer in, or create it from the enterprise dashboard itself. Again, there are additional questions or things that we should discuss in terms of once they have access to the enterprise dashboard, they can also see the website in the creation phase. So there are also questions on how do we want to manage that, and also to get your feedback on what is the best way to work with enterprise customers on the creation flow.
Okay, thank you. We have a general question. Sorry, is there an enterprise team that we can collaborate with? Just to follow on, I'll take it on what Roy had said before. Yes, there's a large enterprise team. We can consult in multiple ways. The way to get to us, either through your partner success manager or through the Wix Enterprise page on the Studio website. There's a lead form, excuse me, and let us know what you're interested in and how we can help, and somebody will be reaching out to you. We have another question. Can I start a client site on Wix's free plan and then update to the enterprise plan? Put another way, can I do most of the design and front-end development on the free plan?
Yes, I mean, there is no problem to do that. You can build the site on the free plan and then to upgrade to the enterprise plan. And again, it's related to transfer in. So we are transferring a website to an enterprise customer that has bought and has a contract around the enterprise offering, and the website can come in a later stage.
Great, thanks. All right, let's see what else we have here. I see that Studio and Enterprise both offer custom templates and apps. This was from our email in advance. What's the difference between those, Shimon?
Yeah, I think I mentioned that a little bit. So I think that when you think about templates for partners, that is mainly to reduce the time and to duplicate or reuse design elements and components across multiple customers, while custom templates for the enterprise is actually to make sure the sites that are created are consistent, are on brand, and already has all the either functionality or layout that is relevant for those additional sites. So you cannot use custom templates in the enterprise for multiple clients, while in Studio, you probably can.
Great. Let's see. We've got some time here, so we'll keep going. This is a good one here. Is Wix Enterprise integrated with the Wix Studio workspace? What's the relationship between those two things?
No. So this is two separate environments that are not integrated. Once you are on the enterprise dashboard, you do not have access to the workspace of the Wix Studio and vice versa.
Yeah,
just to clarify, right? Go ahead, right?
Yeah, just to add on Shimon's point, again, if you're creating sites on Studio for your client, and then you would transfer that site to their enterprise dashboard, And so then it would exist on their enterprise dashboard, at which point, if you're editing the site, you could kind of join in as an editor on the site. Your client is managing that site on the enterprise dashboard.
And we can also give the partner access to the client's enterprise dashboard, right? As a contributor. Is that correct, Shimon?
That's correct.
Very good. Okay. Can partners get access? Maybe Shimon, you touched on this a minute ago, but I think it's worth highlighting here. Can partners get access to a demo account so we can work with the new features and better sell them to our clients?
Yes, I think that we have a plan to support that. It's going to be per request, case by case, but in general, yes, we definitely promote that, and we want more Wix partners to have the deep taste and like understanding of all the features that we have in the new enterprise platform.
Okay, thanks. We have a couple of follow-ups, I think, from the routing conversation. So one was, I just wanted to verify something that was mentioned. Subdomains can be made sharing the same database as the main site. That's what's written in the question. I'm not sure I'm articulating it properly.
No. I think it's clear. So imagine you have an account with 100 sites, and 99 sites are under the same domain using routing. An additional site is configured as a subdomain. It is agnostic to the database. The database, the shared collection, understands sites. Okay, so if it was configured as a subdomain or as a free site, it will all work, and all the sites within an account will have access to that shared collection. So yes, the answer is a subdomain website that are configured within the same enterprise account will have access to the shared collection.
Okay, we have another follow-up. Oh, I see it's being answered in the chat, so I'll let that one go for the moment. See what else we can cover off on here. All right, we're going to take one more. The revenue share, last one about the revenue share. Question was, did you say that the 50% rev share is available for 2024 as well? Roy?
Yes, the answer is yes.
Okay, very good. That's the time we're going to have for today. Again, this webinar will be available on the Wix Studio Academy and on our YouTube channel. Thank you for coming. Don't forget to check out the Wix Studio forum. Get your addition. If we didn't get to your questions today, you can ask those questions there. Our product team and our UX folks will be standing by to help you out. There's going to be some links. They're in there. Thank you, Donna, for the Academy and the Studio Forum. Also, I think we're going to put in a feedback link. If you want to let us know how we did, there's things we can do better in future webinars. You can check the feedback link that will be there. Thanks to Roy and Shimon. Great job. Thank you all for your questions and your comments. Visit the Studio page. Come to the enterprise page, fill out the form, let us know how we can help. We'd love to engage with you. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks very much.
Thanks, everyone.
Ciao.